I get paid every week, and within 10 minutes, most of it is gone. Not because I've spent it, but because I just don't trust myself to have it all there. So I thought I'd show you exactly what I do with my money every payday, where it goes, how I spend throughout the week, some things that I think I do well, and then some things that is questionable and might not be done so well. So let's start with payday. So I get paid on a weekly basis. I am not making crazy money. Like my job is very standard, whatever. First thing that I will do when I get paid is move some money to my Monzo, because I have a credit card. I call it my credit card. It's such a baby credit card. If you know about Monzo Flex, it's a credit card, 0 interest, allows you to pay all back in one go. You can split it into a maximum of 3 installments every month to not get any interest. You send some money to my Monzo, I'll pay off anything that's outstanding on my Monzo Flex. Usually there's not much. I don't like to carry anything forward. So typically for the week, I leave myself 100 to 150 pounds to spend. That will go to travel, to work, lunch, food, whatever, pretty much whatever I need it to go on. The rest of the money gets divided. That's like my general rule. Credit card, leave myself 150, the rest just disperses wherever it needs to go. I have a lot of savings accounts for different reasons. Nationwide have a regular saver where I think they are offering 6.5% interest. Chef's kiss, absolutely beautiful. Not gonna lie, I'm not sure if that is subject to change or if that's a fixed interest rate. Can't remember. I don't really care. I doubt that it would drop so drastically anyway. There is a catch, of course. The maximum you can deposit a month for that account is £200. So I will either send the whole 200 to the account that week if I'm feeling extra, like got extra cash to flow. I don't usually do that. I would usually send maybe £50, £100, £25. It genuinely depends on the type of week I've had, if I've got things coming up or if I've overspent on my credit card. It depends, but I just know within the month all of my pay that I get, £200 will go into that account. That's a non-negotiable. I then have an account which is triple access, so you can touch the money 3 times in 1 year. If you touch it again, your interest drops drastically. Again, I don't know the figure it drops, but it's not good. It's probably like 1% if you touch the money, so not great. Spoken about this before. I have a standing order set up, so it just automatically every day that I get paid, £25 goes straight to that account. I don't really have a set amount anymore that I try and put in that account, but I just know that every year once the account matures, I reopen another one. I feel like I will never let this savings account go. It's like my baby savings account. It's the first savings account I ever opened for myself. Just top it up as and when I can. A lot of banks have a thing where you have like spare change or roundups. They call it different things. My bank will automatically send any spare change. So if I spend 95p, the 5p, they round it up and put the 5p directly to my savings account. But yeah, I don't really have any intention with that account. I just know that in my head I want to get as much interest as I can. They'll pay me the interest at the end of the year. I'll either decide to, I was gonna say spend it. I'm not a big spender because there's no monthly limit on this account. I think I'm less intentional with like sending money to that account. I don't think, right, I have to send X amount to this account every month. Which is also why the standing order of £25 once a week, make sure that there's still some money being put in there, because I may just not remember to do it. And there's my big bad boy savings account, that's what I call it. This is with HSBC. So this one, the interest is paid monthly. I can't remember the percent on this one. If I take out money from that account, it could be any amount, like a 5 or a 2p, anything, they won't pay me any interest for that month. That's my interest for the month done. And the thought of me bailing on my free money because I needed a bit of money, no. I do not touch that account. There's been times in the past where I've had to dip into my triple access account for money. 3 strikes, you're out. I was on my last strike with that account at one point. This one, real strict around here. I do not touch that account. This is my, I want to keep seeing the figure go up savings account. And I need to buy a car. The thought of touching that money to buy a car is really throwing me off. I just don't want to see a dent in the number. Like, I don't. I swear to God, my thing I've been telling myself for this, maybe like the past, since the start of the year, is that this car is not going to buy itself. And it's not even that I can't buy the car. I need to restart. I don't know, innit? I don't know if it's the psychology of how I grew up. I don't know. Like, the thought of touching money that I've worked so hard to save is so sad to me, because I'm going to buy the car and then I'm just going to be looking at that account like, oh, it's a bit silly how my brain works, because it's like savings are there to be spent. I opened a Monzo account I want to say maybe 2 and a bit years ago, when I started solo traveling and I realized that I could just tap my Monzo, I opened a savings account. And then with Monzo, they have pots that you can use. I've seen horror stories online of like Monzo and not having too much money with Monzo, or leaving too much money in your Monzo account. So I have a pot, that's it. I think they give me a little interest on it. I've renamed the pot emergency fund. I've got less than £1,000 in there, so I wouldn't call it like, what emergency is a few £100s getting me out of? Emergency fund should be 6 months to a year of your expenses. So it's more like a buffer, I'd say. I have a standing order set up from my main bank account. Again, it sends a tenner every Friday to that account. It's just a little something, I don't know. I set it up years ago. All these little direct debits, a tenner here, a fiver there, £25 there. I set it up a while ago. Don't actually know why, but I've just been doing it ever since. That's like the savings side of things. So for the week, I would leave myself £100 to £150. That would cover things like travel to work, lunch, food, anything really that I have to do that week. That's what that money is assigned for. Sometimes it lasts, most times it doesn't. Sometimes I'll dip into the little Monzo pot. Mainly my go-to is Monzo Flex, which we've circled back to what I wanted to talk about, my credit card and my credit. Until the next payday, I tend to just tap on my Monzo Flex, which is silly, where my money management is slightly less responsible. If I'm buying something that my £150 doesn't cover, so for example, clothes, I don't know, hair, makeup, I put it straight on my Monzo Flex credit card. I don't know why I do that. Like, I'm literally thinking about it. Holidays, credit card, meals out, credit card, everything bigger than 150, or, you know, within a manageable amount for the 150 to last me that week, credit card, Monzo Flex. On to things that I actually think I do well. I save first. So I don't like, you know, get through the week or get through the month and then see what I've got left to save. I prioritize saving, which I think is a good habit that I do have. Other thing I did, I don't really use it anymore, but I have a spreadsheet. I did this a couple years back and I used to use it weekly. I would review it. A spreadsheet of everything. I feel like I can find it. Ingoings, my ingoings, my incomings, my outgoings, everything's on there. Subscriptions. I literally rifled through my bank accounts and found where every single penny was going. I think I initially did it. I do check in every now and then, but I kind of like know the gist of where and what my money's going on. Since then, I have 0 subscriptions that I don't know about. I pay for HeyU, I pay for Spotify, that's it. I don't have Netflix, I don't have Disney, I don't have any of the other fun stuff. There was a point when I had everything. I was even paying for ITV so I could watch Love Island without the ads. Crazy. But I don't completely like take away the things I like. I've not stopped paying for Spotify since I got it. I want to say like when I was back in school. My spreadsheet, pretty much nothing's changed. Obviously my phone bill, Uber One. Oh, I also have Uber One because I think that's something good to have. That's literally it. All my outgoings are on here. My savings, outgoings, everything I spend is on here. A good trusty spreadsheet. That video where I'm starting over at 27, I was a bit emotional because like there's just been always these little things throughout my life that kind of like brings me back to, of course I should be studying finance, like I should be working in finance. Created a spreadsheet for funsies of my money. From I was a kid, I've been so good at maths. I did maths for A level. Like I've always loved numbers, and it's like, duh, like what's not clicking, Stephen? I did a marketing degree when I really should have been over with the finance girlies and doing what literally just comes natural to me. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, but again, I just feel like 27, I'm just realizing so many things about myself. Another thing that I think I'm doing well is I'm learning to save for things in the future. I went to Dublin, I want to say maybe a month ago now, and I had another pot on Monzo and it was called Dublin. So I put in some money into that, and then when I went to Dublin, I just had money to spend. The idea of a sinking fund, which is something I think I'm going to start to try and incorporate more than just, oh, I'm going to slap this on my credit card. On to things that I'm still working on, still kind of trying to figure out. Investing. I feel like in my head, I've invested and I invest every month in my head. In real life, I have not. I don't know what I'm waiting on. Again, I feel like this is me with my money. I'm like this with it. Like, no, like, please, like, it's mine. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just so, dare I say, uptight, I don't know, frugal, but it's not even frugal because an investment is literally the key to financial freedom. I don't know, but I'm just not there. I'm just not there yet. I've researched, I've learned, I've understood, I've done everything but actually do it. And I think this is where a lot of people go wrong, that we're too scared to do it. I don't know what I'm scared of. I'm literally like, even as I'm talking about it, I'm talking about with my shoulders up, like body language when it comes to it. It's crazy, but as much as I talk about money, I love personal finance, I love that stuff. I don't know I haven't got hardly anything figured out. I don't know everything. I have some good habits, some bad habits, some things that I'm working on, things I could be better at. I think another thing I also need to work on is like having a clearer savings goal, rather than just throwing all my money into a savings account and almost treating it like a high score, like how high can I get this number. I feel like if I was more intentional, that would hand in hand lead to me not actually using my credit card at all, because things will be accounted for. Oh, I like some things in Zara this week, like I've got a savings fund that's for, I don't know, like clothes or something. Let me then use that money and I won't have to use my credit. And that's the thing, it's not a lack of money thing, it's a lack of, I don't know, it's a lack of how I'm managing it, I guess. My savings goal is just make the number as big as I can, which works until it's time to actually spend the money. I think I need to also work on understanding that savings are meant to be spent. Like, I'm saving for future me, so I'm allowed to touch it. I need to start to get better at distinguishing between money that I'm not spending and money that is there to be spent. Kind of how like when I went away, I had my Dublin fund and that worked because I saved for it, and then I didn't feel bad when that pot went to zero. I was like, yeah, that's what it was for. I feel like my money's just saved with no intentions, so I get a bit, I don't know, like I just don't like to part with it. But I think, yeah, I need to work on like money that I'm spending long term and money that I'm saving up for X, Y, and Z, so I can spend it on X, Y, and Z and not feel bad or scared or upset about it. Another thing that I want to work on is actually getting an emergency fund that's an emergency fund, not just like, oh no, like run out of money this Wednesday, let me go to my Monzo emergency fund. Something that could genuinely be used as an emergency fund. Probably should start trying to actually properly build that up. So it would be wrong of me to make this whole video and not talk about context or privilege that I have. I'm 27, I still live at home. I live with my parents, so my expenses are zero. Like, the only bill I have to pay is my phone bill. Again, I'm in such a position of luxury, and if you are someone that does live at home or doesn't have to pay rent or bills, utilize that to the max, because it's not going to be like this forever. At some point, my privilege of not having much outgoings in a month is going to come to an end. Like I said, this car ain't going to pay for itself. Eventually it's going to be like, this rent ain't going to pay for itself. So yes, I am more than aware that like my circumstances make this all possible for me. But yes, that is generally what I do with my money every payday. Save some, clear some debt, leave a little bit for myself. The good, the bad, the ugly, what could be better, but it's just real, innit? I'm just keeping it real with you all. Found a way to put in the least effort but still feel and look put together. I'm talking hair, lashes, outfit, little things that I do weekly, monthly, or on the day that just keep me ready so I don't have to get ready.